Hey everybody, I'm Jess, but you may know me as that girl on TikTok who makes the Marvel skits, or at Female Peter Parker. I thought it would be fun to make an intro video for you all here on YouTube, answering some of your frequently asked questions, and just kind of introducing myself and showing you what I do on TikTok and YouTube. So below you can see some of the playlists with a lot of the different series that I make on TikTok, some of the most popular ones being Avengers at Disney, the Peter Parker vlogs, and Cooking with Thor, just to name a few. I have a lot of series that I make, and that is not even half of the content I make, because I also make little videos on TikTok that I'll post here and there as well. So I guess I'll start with the story of how this all kind of came to be. I joined TikTok in 2019. My friend convinced me to get TikTok, and I started just kind of by watching other people's content. I never really had intentions of being a content creator or making content. And then I found Marvel TikTok, and I was so excited because it was something that I was super interested in, and everyone just was super nice to each other, and we could talk about the fandom and things that were going on, and people were making great videos with it, and so I became interested in Marvel content. Around January of 2020, I started making content on TikTok, just the trend videos here and there that people were doing. I didn't really have a niche at that point or anything that I was doing. But yeah, I started posting just for fun, and then I found myself kind of making more Marvel content, again, still with the trends, but making it more geared towards Marvel. And then the pandemic hit, and I found myself really kind of focusing on TikTok because it was my safe space and a place that I could go to kind of escape everything that was going on. And again, Marvel TikTok was a big place for me to go for that, especially because the Marvel characters and the Marvel storylines have meant a lot to me. Around August of 2020, I had an idea. I was really missing Disney World. I had gone on a trip the year before, and I was just thinking about how much I missed the parks, and the parks at that time were closed down because of the pandemic. So I decided, what if I combined my two favorite things, Marvel and Disney, and make a video about it? So I made the Avengers at Disney World series. The very first episode I posted was Tony Stark, and it was more of a feeler episode. I wanted to see if people would be interested if I made it into a full series. And so the storyline consisted of Tony kind of being the dad of the group and leading the Avengers through the parks and being in charge of the fast passes and making reservations for everybody. And it was so much fun. I had so much fun making the first episode, and people really seemed to enjoy it. It really took off, and so I made a second episode. And the second episode was Peter Parker at Disney World, and that one took off. At that point, my username was just my name. I didn't really have anything associated with Marvel in my TikTok tag at that point, but people in the comments of my Peter Parker video were saying, wow, you really sound like a female version of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And so in that moment, at that day, I just decided I'm going to change my username. And the first thing that came to mind was female Peter Parker. I didn't really think much of it. I just changed my tag, and that was that. It kind of stuck with me, and it kind of became a part of who I am and my whole niche on TikTok and what I do. It just stuck, and it was my name ever since. I use it on Instagram, on Twitter, on here on YouTube. Avengers at Disney was what I stuck to for a really long time. I didn't really make any other content besides that. When I started the series, it was more of a one character at a time situation. I didn't really have anything TikTok wise to help me film. I didn't have ring lights. I didn't have green screens. I was literally just propping my phone up on my table and using the green screen effect that came with the app and getting pictures of Disney World and just closet cosplaying as the characters. And I would do individual character story episodes, and they all tied together into one big storyline. And people kept requesting different characters, so I would do different ones every day. And eventually, I began making Peter Parker vlogs. It seemed wrong not to make Peter Parker content when my username was literally female Peter Parker. So I thought it would be cool to kind of explore what it would be like with Peter's vlogs, kind of like how he made them in the beginning of Spider-Man Homecoming. What I really tried to focus on is what life would be like if he had signed on to be an Avenger and he was going to Avengers Tower every day and seeing all the Avengers and making great connections with them and hanging out with Tony and Thor and all the other Avengers as they come in and out of the tower. And once I began that series, more and more series started to show up, and they were all tied to different content ideas that I had made in the past. I remember Cooking with Thor came out of a Thanksgiving episode that I had made where Thor said that he wanted to bring a Pop-Tart pie for his friends. A lot of these fandom tropes that I base my videos off of are from 2012 Avengers fan fictions. So Clint and the Vents derives directly from that idea that came from the 2012 Avengers fanfiction era. And Cooking with Thor, he always wears this Pop-Tart scarf that I was sent a lovely Pop-Tart scarf by one of my followers. I wear it in a lot of my videos. And yes, that was another trope in the Avengers 2012 fan fictions. Thor eating boxes of Pop-Tarts and just being obsessed with them. And I have so much fun making these videos for you all, and I'm so glad to hear that they've become such a safe space for everyone and a place to kind of come and unwind and relax and enjoy your favorite characters. And it allows me to be able to connect with more people who love Marvel the way that I do, and I'm so thankful for that every day. Because of my platform on TikTok, I have been able to start cosplaying for real, and I'm so thankful for that. I got my first Spider-Man suit around late November of 2020, which was super exciting for me. I had always wanted to cosplay as Spider-Woman. That opportunity came because I had a following that gave me that opportunity, and I'm so thankful for that. I recently got an Ant-Man suit, which is awesome, and I can't wait to make more skits with the Ant-Man suit. I'm hoping to maybe do some Scott and Peter content in the future in both of their suits. It's so much fun. This was just a little short trailer intro video to my page. If you have any questions that you want me to answer, perhaps in a future FAQs post or question and answer post, you can ask them below. And I love you all so much. I hope you enjoy the content, and yeah, bye!